So how many...
I know, but I mean, it's not like I didn't care. It's more that I had absolutely no interest in knowing. Greetings, Podquesters, and welcome to Intelligence Check. On the last episode, with some subtle encouragement from Wrathborn, the group finally asked him about the contents of his scroll. He said it was a court summons. You know, you can try to hide, you can move, you can even be suddenly transported by a magic spell to a mysterious kingdom, but the jury duty letters will still find you. Then another day, another trial, this one to raise 1,000 gold in a month. We learned of 4 money-making opportunities: stealing money from a raven nest, searching a sunken ship, relieving an imperial wizard of his belongings, or fighting our way through a canyon overflowing with monsters. Wanting to play it safe, the choice was obvious. So we made our way to the canyon. I wonder what we rolled on that. Intelligence check.
So, you guys get ready to go on your Kobold caravan through Kobold Pass, and
it's a Kobold caravan.
It is
You're earning your keep finally.
I
just remembered I was a bard, and I probably should be singing.
All right, so a little bit OOC here again. The caravan is basically going to go through a series of valleys with tons of caves. Kobolds are going to rush the caravan and try to steal stuff and rush back out. They're typically not going to attack, not saying it's not going to happen, but typically their goal is just grab some stuff and get the heck out. So you need to kill quick, you need to kill fast, you need to kill hard. They do have, I'm homebrewing this a little bit, they're going to be weazened kobolds, and they have 1 hit point. So worry about mass destruction, not about heavy hits. You know, no metagaming there a little bit, but this could really go south very fast if people don't realize that fact. So just helping out a little bit there.
Fire off all my spells.
I rage before we get there.
Just fucking walking around the caravan.
Why don't they go a different route? A different way. There's clearly a bridge.
You're going the wrong way.
So you guys did get Babushka. Nobody actually went for K. Does anybody want to try that now?
Sure. Let's go for K.
All right.
Every kiss begins with K.
I was thinking the same thing.
No, go
Free advertising here. Yeah.
Brought to you by Cajun.
You're going to like the way you look.
Guaranteed.
Just wrap him up.
Robin's Rocks.
This podcast is conveniently sponsored by Robin's Rocks.
Like every commercial jingle we can remember.
So,
800
try to convince K.
Okay, what?
Try to convince K.
I'm going to go to K, but hello, Kay. We've just discovered an opportunity to make some money for the latest challenge.
Oh, and you thought I couldn't handle it myself, is that it?
There's nothing to do. We actually are unable to handle it ourselves, and we think we need your help.
Oh, of course, I'd be happy to help you.
Oh.
And I just became British something.
See, that was my British charm. I'm not actually British either, but I'm just talking like this now.
You actually found her weakness, so she immediately falls and decides to join with you.
Excellent.
Great.
Come with me.
So, all right, gonna kind of skip ahead a little bit. You guys are on the caravan, heading down. And
Are we walking?
Yeah,
Along
you
with
guys are
caravan?
walking. I mean, you can hop on the back of one of the...
I think I would walk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I send Beaker out ahead to kind of scout?
Certainly, yeah.
I'd like to do that.
Flying around. You give the command to Beaker, he gives you a bite on the ear, and then takes off and starts...
asshole.
I strum up my lute, start a jovial tune. We gonna get this convoy rolling through the night.
Why don't you all tell me exactly how you feel you would be on this caravan? Front, back, side?
I'd be
On top.
probably in the back on the opposite side of Kaylee.
Okay.
I would probably be somewhere in the middle up high, so I have a good vantage point.
Okay.
I'll walk in the front.
I'll be central location as well. That way I can support people with my abilities and things.
On the floor?
On the floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are heading around, traveling with the caravan, and all of a sudden you enter this area. It's just full of caves, and kobolds just come swarming out. You guys easily count 10 kobolds, and they are just rushing towards the caravan. So everybody roll.
You ever thought of a different route, man?
Why can't you go through fluffy bunny paths?
Oh, have you seen that? They're horrible.
They have so many more kobolds there.
So we got Leech roll to 1.
It's a 4 with my
16?
dexterity.
16 plus 2 is 18. So I got an 18.
All right. I'm sorry, what's your bonus?
It's a 4 with my dexterity. 4 total.
Wonderful. Mike?
7.
And Ben?
16.
Wow.
What to da. So we're going to start with Kevin then.
All right. They're coming from all directions, right?
Correct.
All right. Well, are there any, like, ahead of others? Are they all equidistant? Is there one maybe leading the pack of others?
Yeah, I mean, they're not, like, exactly the same, but they're pretty much close.
I would like to try to target a group of kobolds. I'll target the lead one with dissonant whispers.
Okay.
Dissonant whispers is I whisper a discordant melody that only one creature of your choice within range can hear, racking it with terrible pain. The target must make a wisdom saving throw, and on a failed save, takes 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction, which basically makes it use its speed away from them. So I'm kind of hoping when it tries to get away, it's going to run into a bunch of others, but hopefully trip up a bunch of kobolds along the way.
Okay, so it did damage, though, as well.
It does do damage. Yeah, because it's like on a failed save, on a successful save, the target takes half as much damage, and it doesn't move, though. So it's taking damage either way. God, I read that whole card, and that was great listening.
I'm sorry, so what does it do?
I don't know.
So go ahead and roll to hit.
Okay. It's 11 plus 5, 16.
All right, you hit. Go ahead and roll to hit. Oh, actually,
It's a saving throw for...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It's
a wisdom saving
I apologize.
throw.
Yeah, you didn't have to roll to hit.
I didn't have to roll. Well, that's fine.
So what yours was?
13.
13. All right, he failed. And
Okay, so he takes
damage as
3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction to run away.
well. Okay, so he actually dies immediately, but even as he dies, he's starting to try to run away, and he does tumble, trip, and knock one of the other kobolds to the floor.
Cool.
Doesn't really hurt him, but
Hey, at least
stops him.
stops him up. Okay. Cool.
So go ahead with
That's one spell slot.
Ben.
Okay, how close are they to us at this point?
They're about running distance away, so you could run and hit one, or they could run and hit the caravan.
Is there maybe a few that are kind of close to each other?
Yeah.
They're pretty close. All right. So I guess I need to let you guys know I have another magic item. It's a special quiver that I have called Quiver of the Mystic Archer, and it allows me to channel spells through arrows. So I'm going to go ahead and use one of those, and I'm going to cast with that Shatter.
Okay.
The arrow shatters and does no damage.
That would be...
But it looks great.
Yeah.
Well, at least my stuff looks cool. So that's basically within 60 feet is the range I can shoot this, and then anything within a 10-foot radius of where I target is going to take a bunch of damage. So this stuff's... I'm not going to get into it.
Go ahead and roll hit.
So how many... Do you want me to roll one for hit for the whole group?
This is a good time to talk about this. There's two ways to do this roll. I would like to do one roll for everything within an area. The other way you can do it is roll individually. Technically, you're supposed to roll individually, but that wasn't made for a podcast, so rolling all up front is faster. But it means if you miss bad. So that's up to you guys. What do you think?
The faster the better.
Group.
It's called house rules, whatever you tell us.
Yeah.
Group?
Group makes sense.
Okay, so do group.
Okay, and let's see what we do. Hey, it's a crit.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Finally got a good roll.
Nice.
Hey.
You don't need it, but I got it.
Alright, so I was going to let you kill 5 with that, but you crit, so since everybody has 1 hit point, I'm going to give you a little different special bonus, and it's going to grow larger in size.
It makes a really loud banging noise when it
Like it.
happens, too. Yeah.
You actually wipe out 8 of the kobolds. The only one left is actually the one laying on the ground.
Just play dead, buddy.
Finally pulling the weight.
So that kobold stands up, runs to the caravan, and picks up an item. And at that point, 10 more kobolds start to come out of the caves.
How much longer do we have to go?
A lot. So Mike, you're up.
Oh, I just take him and smash his face right into the caravan side as he tries to grab it.
I like it. Go ahead and roll to hit.
So 12.
Alright, you hit him, and you literally bash him so hard, you just see his neck snap, and he crumples to the ground.
And then gently pick the item and place it back on the cart.
I like that. So then, we have Leech's turn.
Okay. How many? Are there any kobolds near me?
They're all within running distance. You could definitely run and get to one or a couple of them.
A couple of them. Okay. So yeah, I want to. With one hand, I'm going to take my Guandao and try and slice one in half.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
So that's D20.
Mm-hmm.
That's 10.
10? You got it.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll damage. Oh, no, you don't have to because they have one hit.
Yeah.
So one of the kobolds drops to the ground dead.
Okay. And I want to use my unarmed attack to grab another one, and I just want to jam my hand basically into his face, like my fingers into his eyes, and just squeeze and try and, just rip his face off.
Wow, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, roll the hit.
16.
All right, you are left with a gory mess in your hand as he just falls to the ground dead.
Excellent.
These guys die so easily.
It's almost fun.
Nearly as scary as I thought they were.
So you see Babushka jump from one of the caravans, land between two of the kobolds, and she jumps up in the air and tries to do a split kick. And she nails one of the kobolds in the head. His literally just falls over, face caved in. The other, though, she actually just missed. She's getting older. And got away scot-free. However, at that point, he is now passing Kaylee, who takes a swipe with her rapier. And that one was actually still looking back towards Babushka. And then as he turns back, runs right into the rapier, which pierces its neck.
Nice.
And it falls to the ground.
That'll do it.
So now we are...
That'll do, rapier. That'll do.
We are back to Kev.
Alright, I actually just realized so how many kobolds are on the field
Right now there are 6.
So I'll just use it at a level 1 slot. I'm going to cast Sleep.
Oh, great.
Which is basically I can put a group of them together. It's basically roll, I roll 5d8. The total is how many hit points of creatures the spell can. So I cast Sleep, and let's just, as long as I'm more, 7. So,
okay.
I got him.
You were right to roll, because you could get a 1 and then it's automatic loss.
Yeah.
So they all fall to the ground asleep. You just watch all the kobolds crumple. Actually, you know what? They are spread out enough. I'm going to say 5 of them fall asleep. There's still 1 alive. They're running.
And it lasts for a minute. I don't know how far ahead we'll get in the minute.
10 rounds.
Okay.
So that brings us around to Ben.
All right. So the one is just kind of running at it right now. I'll fire off one of my blasts at him.
All right.
And just try and pop him right in the head.
I like it.
21.
All right. You use your bow, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's the bow tie.
You guys actually get to see what this arrow does now. Actually,
I hit one in the
leg. The arrow flies through, nails into his head, and then the arrow actually explodes while in his head, and just fragments of brain and bone and skull just fall over the place.
Ooh, nice. Brain fireworks.
So 5 kobolds are asleep on the ground on their turn, but 10 more just came out of the caves.
I didn't even cast Sleep at a 2nd level spell. At a 2nd level, I got to roll another 5d8.
So, Mike, you're up.
Alright, so just so I know, my cleric domain spells are still just spells they cast the same way. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to walk into the middle of the kobold herd coming at us. Mm-hmm. Am I pretty good in the curve?
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Thunderwave.
Alright, and that's an area effect, right?
Yeah, and for my guy, he takes his hammer and smashes it against the shield. Doesn't need to, but for show, smashes it against the shield.
I love it.
So it's an area effect. 10 plus the wisdom is 13.
Alright, that hits. You watch as 5 kobolds fall to the ground, just blood running out of their ears as they writher in pain, and then that brings us to Leech.
Well, I want to... Let's see, how many are in play?
There's 5 asleep, 5 still running towards the caravan.
5 asleep and 5 running towards the caravan. To whom am I closer?
Definitely the ones running to the caravan.
Definitely the ones running to the caravan? All right. Well, I want to charge at them. Once again, swinging my Guandao with one hand and try and slice one in twain.
I like it.
So,
go ahead.
Roll. 12. Math is not...
No, that's fine. That hits. So you bring the Guandao down, and you literally do exactly as you say, and you watch the 2 halves of the kobold just fall to the left and
created
right.
2 more.
Oh no, they're Hydra kobolds. Hail Hydra. And then as he splits in twain, whatever one is behind him, I just want to punch through the chest.
I love that. Go ahead and roll.
Probably hit. It's 16 plus 5, so
right, as you retract your hand from the punch, you're still holding it beating hard.
Excellent. Can I just squish the heart and throw it at another nearby kobold, the blood, just to intimidate it.
You can. Toasty! Alright, and that brings us to K and B. So, Babushka, she's going to run over to the same area where you were fighting, and as you throw the blood into that one's face, she's just kind of trying to do a tuck and roll and uppercut him. But she misses, so she tries to sweep the leg. And she does, and she sweeps the leg, and the kobold happens to fall forward and land on the blade of one of the dead kobolds, impaling itself and die.
Nice.
Kay will then follow up with her own attack with her fencing blade, trying to cut out to the throat. But unfortunately, she misses.
Why did we bring her?
She got one.
You're really helping us, Kay. Thank you. We're so glad you're here.
That brings us to Kevin.
I could cast Sleep again. We got how many more?
There's 5 asleep, but there's only 2 awake, so that's up to you.
Oh, well, jeez. Do a little stabby with the rapier.
I like. Roll.
16 plus, well, that doesn't matter. But that's
You got him. So, you impale him through the heart, and he drops to the ground dead. We got 1 left, and it is Ben's turn.
All right. I would like to disdainfully point at it and just say, Beaker.
That's not my name!
It's very confused, and remains confused as a hawk swoops down and tries to impale its eyes with its claws. Why don't you go ahead and roll?
Do I add my attack bonus?
Yeah,
because he's attacking as me, basically. So 15.
Alright. The hawk actually swoops down, plants its talons into the shoulders of this kobold, flies up a really high height, and then just lets go.
Yes. Good boy, Beaker.
Me. Why do you send Beaker after this raven thing that has this pile of gold?
Oh, yeah. Beaker, go on.
I don't quite trust this bird yet. So, we're working on it.
You do have trust issues.
I have a lot of trust issues.
You named it.
It bit me twice already.
All
true,
its
that's
wings
true. I
and its
wouldn't
legs are covered in gold.
There was nothing there. You can talk.
Yes.
Alright, so at this point there's 5 sleeping kobolds, but 10 more just came out of the cave.
And another 10 more kobolds
This is
coming
an
out of
endurance
the
test
cave.
Which brings us back to Mike.
I'm pretty content with my Thunder Wave.
Alright, go for it.
Thunder, thunder,
My guy just
thunder,
slowly walks
thunder, wave.
confident and smashes the shield again. 16.
Alright, that's a hit. And 5 kobolds again drop to the ground, blood running out their ears. Neat, you're right.
God, do you have a battle cry when you do your thunder wave? Thunder.
Again, to whom am I
Thunder.
closest? The
Thunder
sleeping
wave.
ones or the charging ones?
We're going to say the sleeping ones.
The sleeping ones this time?
I mean, you could still reach the charging ones.
Right. But I mean, the sleeping ones are going to wake up at some point and be something to deal with.
Like, how many more rounds from now? Like 7?
In a while.
7 more.
In a while. All right, so it's not necessarily. So I'll go for the charging ones.
Okay.
At this point, I'm going to try and jump and slam my Guandao into one's at the top of one's head.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
16.
Alright, you hit the soft spot of the kobold's head, which caves in, and he drops to the ground.
Excellent. And then I want to turn around and just twist the head around of one of the other kobolds.
Roll.
13.
You're a sickening but satisfying crunch.
Excellent.
Just like breakfast cereal. Sickening but satisfying.
That's a good analogy.
We pitching Kellogg's for a sponsor now.
Brought to you by Kellogg. So, Kane, you're up again. So, Babushka actually throws her staff at one and hits it, knocking it to the ground and killing it. And she then goes into a nice twirl in the air, snap kicking another kobold, cracking its neck as well. It tumbles to the ground. And Kaylee actually pulls out a throwing dagger at this point and throws it at one of them.
And misses.
Way to go, Kay.
I notice your daring strategy, Kay. So glad, again, to have you along.
She's trying.
Kevin,
And
you're up.
succeeding. And
One
whatever
kobold
she's
left.
doing.
Alive. I mean, awake.
What?
1 kobold awake. Your turn.
1 kobold away. God, it's like they refresh right after we take a bunch of them out. It's weird. I don't want to waste my sleep because I could do, like, basically put a whole bunch of them to sleep, so I might as well just stab the one.
Alright.
Roll
it.
Okay. I hope your character had that monologue out loud the entire time.
I just realized I was speaking
Just
in character
do it.
voice. Yeah. 8 plus, I think it's 6 actually. Dex plus my, so 14.
Alright. You, kill him.
Yeah.
Ben, there are no awake kobolds, so there are 5
That's
lying
fine.
asleep on the ground.
I got something for them.
If you hit them, they wake up, but they also die because they have one hit point.
I got a little something.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna walk up to them, just kind of in the middle, and I take it they're all kind of within a short radius of me.
Yeah, because the spell had it.
All right, I'm gonna reach behind my back, pull out another arrow, and I'm gonna point it straight at the ground, and I'm gonna cast Arms of Hadar.
Okay.
And what this does is tendrils of dark energy erupt from me and from around me and batter all creatures within 10 feet of you.
Dang.
It does damage, even if it fails. It does
fails.
damage.
All right, so I want you to describe this one for me because
So you see the arrow with kind of a dark, greenish, black, glowing arrowhead pop into the ground, and right as soon as it hits the ground, these just black tentacle, kind of misty, kind of oily, pop out of the ground and just impale them.
Did you just hentai them to death?
Oh, he did.
Hadard them to death.
Strange new feelings emerge in me.
All right, all 5 of these sleeping
Go
kobolds
over
are
and you just
wiped
pet
out.
one of the tentacles.
Yes. You're coming home with me.
All right, all the kobolds are currently dead, but 15 just came out of the cave. So they're running towards the caravan, and they're getting ready to steal more, and it's Mike's turn.
Are they coming out of the same cave?
No, as I said, there's just series of caves here, and they are just rushing in and out of different ones. They're not
We're still in like a cavern, though. I'm going to try to shoot some of the debris down on top of them using the guided bolts
Okay.
to crush them. So I find a good spot. I think some bottom are coming, so I see what I can kind of cave in and crash them.
I like it.
7.
Yeah, that misses. So you miss the cavern wall. No, you hit the cavern wall, but you just don't cause avalanche.
Is the caravan still moving
Yeah.
while this is happening? Okay.
Each are up. Yeah, if you just stayed, you'd be wiped out eventually. So it's moving this whole time.
Would it be possible? I mean, I don't exactly know what vantage point he had, but if I were to hike him up on my shoulders and allow him to try that again,
You could try that for the next time he goes. That's called readying an action.
Okay.
And basically what it means is you would sacrifice your turn this turn, and he would get advantage on the next.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Wait, what are you doing?
I was going to try and hike you up high so you can try and aim better.
Oh, short choke, thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
Up, buddy.
Feel you've deserved it. Well, I mean, I asked him if he wants to do that, I guess. Do you want a better
Never
vantage?
toss a dwarf.
Only if I can call you Blaster.
You sure can, my master.
You going for it?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do this.
Okay.
All right. We're going to say you hop up, so you got a while, but on the next turn, we'll keep that into consideration.
So I feel like more kobolds are going to come out before our turn anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe I'll use...
Babushka goes into a series of attacks again and drops 2 more of the kobolds. Kaylee, this time, very angry, pulls out 3 throwing daggers and throws them all at once. Kaylee misses.
Wow.
Guys, just decide. Did we really have to bring her?
Somehow I think she may have exaggerated her abilities.
Kevin, you're up.
So we still got 15 coming at us?
13 now.
13.
Babushka did take 2 up.
Okay, so I'll do sleep again since I can do the 5d8. See, here's the thing. It doesn't actually say there's like a saving throw for it. It's just amount of hit points, with them each having 1 hit point. So just roll a 1d8 5 times and see how many I can actually get. That's 2. 2. 7. That's 11 so far. And 5.
All right.
So I'm not even
all
going to
asleep?
finish because they're all asleep now. And it's another spell slot. I keep actually slipping into my character voice by accident.
Except actually when you do your character.
I'm just going to switch around. This is my character voice. This is Kevin.
So that brings us to Ben. There are 13 sleeping kobolds.
Yeah, I can't do the tentacle attack again, so I know.
I'm sorry, Blag.
I don't want you to get too excited.
My heart died.
But something else appears to have woken up.
You've aroused the 3 snakes.
I have a new unarmed weapon.
I'll hop back up onto the caravan and take aim at whatever one is closest and shoot another blast at it.
All right. Go to town.
Nice.
Say again?
Crit.
Crit.
Nice.
Okay. You not only obliterate one, but the arrow continues through and kills a second kobold.
Awesome.
That are asleep. Not sure how that works out.
They're kind of spooning.
Their last action as they fell asleep.
Kobolds need love, too, I guess.
Alright, so you have 11 sleeping kobolds, and 20 more just joined the party.
How much distance do we have left till we get to the end of this canyon?
You're getting close to the end.
Okay.
Yeah. So that brings us around to Mike, and you do have advantage on whatever you want to do now, as long as it's a casting effect.
Alright, I'll try the same thing again.
Okay.
We'll see what we can do. I'm assuming I'll get more than 5.
Yeah, you going for the sleeping or for the wake?
Oh, the wake, the ones that are charging.
Okay.
16 plus whatever advantage.
Advantage.
Oh, I rolled twice. Yeah. I'm getting used to that new roll.
That's fine.
Crit!
20.
Nice.
Alright, give me 3d6. We're still...
Nice.
Wow.
15.
15?
15.
Alright, I was actually giving you +3 to whatever you rolled on top of that, so that's 18. So you wipe out 18 of those 20 kobolds.
Nice.
So there are 2 left.
Good job.
Master.
Thank you,
And all you
Master.
needed was a boost.
Who knew? Sometimes those are totally within the rules of D&D. No one should write in complaint. Your turn is up.
There are... How many?
11
awake?
sleep, 2 awake.
2 awake? All right. Well, I would like to gently lower my friend. And, yeah, I throw him at them.
Cannonball special.
Cannonball special. And, so I will run over, obviously, to them, try and trip one with my Guandao, and stab it through the heart as it goes down.
Wonderful. All right, roll.
Love the descriptive attacks.
Thank you. I was told to do it.
And you're doing well.
12 plus 5, so...
All right, you got one.
Okay.
Go again.
And with my unarmed attack, I just want to throw it to the ground and stomp on its throat.
Ooh. Wow. All right.
I don't like kobolds, I guess.
Yeah.
17.
Holding any grudges
Yeah,
since
well,
the last
just
time you
not
played?
going to describe that one. That was sick.
I write horror scripts.
K and B are up, and all that's left are 11 sleeping kobolds, so...
Yet somehow they miss.
Oh, Jesus.
Babushka kills one.
They sleep.
I can see his
They
dice roll
sleep
sometimes.
really
It's not
soundly.
good.
They sleep so well. Ah, I took 1 damage.
I actually finally
Oh,
crit.
wow. Wow, all right. She was saving it.
Play of the game.
Kaylee pulls out 3 more knives, throws them.
And 1 finally hits.
One. Ooh. All right. Kaylee actually kills 4 with her 3 knives. I'm not
Wow.
sure how it works.
More spooning.
But it
Yeah.
happens. Yeah.
Kobolds love to
So
They
spoon.
just needed to be asleep and
There's 6
stationary.
sleeping kobolds there. Kevin, you're up.
Well, I'd just take a quick second to pat Kay on the back, because obviously her self-esteem is all she has.
Yeah.
Great job! You're really holding your own here. You're carrying us, in fact.
Someone's getting his throat slit tonight.
Not sarcasm. Actually complimenting her.
She seems like she doesn't. She's not quite sure. She's somewhere between blushing from the compliment and ready to kill you.
She's red, we just don't know why.
Using my charm, I have a high charisma. They're still all how many are left?
6 sleeping.
6 sleeping. I'm just going stabby.
All right, roll the stabby stab.
Stabby.
Stab it up, stab it down.
7 plus 6.
There are now 5 sleeping goblins. There are kobolds.
All right.
And that brings us around
night
to
forever.
Benny Ben.
All right. I would like to hop down off, sling my bow back behind my back, and pull out my 2 daggers.
All right.
And if possible, I'd like to walk up between 2 of them and just stab downwards and try to...
Do you have 2 attacks?
I have 2 daggers.
That's how it works.
Not how D&D
Like
works.
this.
Roll if you crit all out.
Okay. 2 daggers into 1, I guess. That's a 13.
All right, so you kill 1.
Okay. But it was cool.
It was cool, but I can't just let everybody do multiple attacks whenever they want.
But I'm a bard.
You actually you can do a second attack actually with 2-handed weapon. I don't think you need a proficiency in 5th edition. So go ahead, make another attack.
Okay. 20, not natural.
20 not natural?
Yeah.
Okay. Then you kill another one.
Cool.
I'll have to look into that. I might be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure you just don't get to use bonuses.
It's
when
asleep. I'm not too concerned about it.
Yeah.
It's also, this is a very not D&D standard fight right now. So, guess what happens?
20.
No.
We get out of the canyon.
20 kobolds.
25 kobolds.
Oh my god.
Oh, you're breaking the pattern. Go back.
Even numbers only.
There was 15 at one point.
Even numbers only.
So they start running. You guys are really close to the end now of the cavern. Mike, you're up.
Hey, I will wade in and do the normal kill 10 or 5 if I'm lucky.
Oh, you got more of that spell up?
Thunderwave.
Nice.
I can use it as both the first level and second level.
Nice. Cool.
So that gives me 6 times.
Nice. Yeah, that's go for it.
It's a level 1 spell.
Thunder.
How many have you cast so far?
I have 2 left.
Nice.
So it's 19.
19 to hit?
Yes.
Alright, you drop 5. Leech, you're up.
Okay.
If it's like a master kobold, I'm screwed. I got nothing left.
I'm just gonna swing my Guandao and try and slice one of their heads in half.
Nice. Do it. Twine or actual half?
Actual half.
Okay.
Yeah. 14.
Alright, you do so. You watch the top half of the skull and brain wander to the ground.
And then I want to grab another one, and I want to shove its head into the spoke of one of the wheels of the caravan as it's riding.
Nice.
I also would have accepted you taking the skull cap from the first one and frisbeeing it into the other ones behind
What am I
it.
going to drink out of later?
It's the skull cap. That's the skull cap.
Yeah, it's more armor. 15 plus 20, non-natural 20.
Yeah. You make another very gory scene. I want to Don't mess with his character.
He has issues, alright?
Babushka flies into combat with the kobolds and misses. So Kaylee goes in behind with her fencing blade and manages to off 2 of them.
Yay.
So we're back around to Kev. There are 16 alive, awake, 3 sleeping.
Well, I've got one more level 1 spell slot and 2 level 2, but this level 1's been going pretty well for me, so let's do that. And I'll break out one of my favorite books, read by, imitating Sam L. Jackson. Go the fuck to sleep. 2.
Well, actually, I'm going to stop you there. I messed up last time. Even though you can keep rolling to do more, they're not all within range. So you drop 5, because you can't not roll.
Okay,
5.
so however
But that's
many.
all, that's all you're
That's
going to be able
fine.
to reach.
I
So that brings us around to Ben.
Alright, so I guess I'm kind of down with them now at this point because they're charging towards us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, alright, I'm going to pull out another arrow. This one's going to have just a kind of green glow around it, and I'm going to get into position as one's charging at me and just shove the arrow right in its face.
Oh, okay.
By hand.
Alright, roll that.
And this is a poison attack. 12.
Alright, yeah, that's a hit.
Okay, it does damage.
Just kills 1 goblin.
It's a versus 1.
You wasted a magic arrow on 1 goblin.
I've got some extra arrows available.
Okay.
If you wanted me.
The goblin goes down in pain and poison.
I mean, there is a spray of poison if you're feeling generous, but
Change
Not that roll.
You're actually feeling stingy. You killed nothing.
The other kobolds see him get poisoned, and he was a cool kobold, so they think, oh, he's getting poisoned. We should get
All
poisoned too.
do that, and they drink the poison and die.
all the cool kobolds are doing it.
Gentlemen, 10 awake kobolds grab gold from the caravan and are now starting to return to their caves. At this time, 30 more kobolds come out of the caves. This is the last wave.
Last wave.
You have a total of 8 sleeping kobolds and 40 awake kobolds, 10 of which have gold.
Do I have some sort of innate sense that this is the
Right.
last wave, and bring up my loot, and bring up some of the opening chords to
The
final
last
countdown?
wave. Oh, it's the Out loud.
We're gonna have to pay a lot of money.
It's fine, I'm only singing like single
worth it.
verses.
Alright, I got 1 or 2 options that I can think of. I'll get the team vote. I can either do my guiding bolt again. I'm thinking about casting in the heroic moment. That seems about appropriate. Or, if we want to buy some time, I can cast fog on the actual caravan, assuming that they'll be able to get to it, but they might not know what they're grabbing, so it buys us a little more time. These are my thoughts. Shelly is guided bolts.
I'm down to single target spells, so anything that can take out a bunch of stuff in one shot seems beneficial.
Yeah, I think the damage is...
You took out a lot last time with that.
Alright, I'll go guiding bolt, and I'm going to throw in the heroic moment.
Alright, go ahead, roll the hit.
I did. 4.
Alright, heroic moment you don't actually have to roll.
okay.
It's just pretty much you get to say what you're doing, so just tell me what you're doing. And keep in mind, you can't say, it calls a cave in that kills everything.
I am just doing the guiding bolts on as much debris to knock down onto the kobolds as possible.
Okay, then let's go ahead and roll the, what was the last one? 3d6?
3d6.
Yeah, so go ahead and throw the 3d6. However, make 4d6 this time because it was your heroic moment. Not the end.
11.
All right, plus the 3, so 14. So you wipe out all 10 that had gold.
Nice.
So are they just carrying it back to their caves?
Yeah.
Are the caves just really nice? Are they using it to refurbish things, or is it just a bunch of gold?
You could go loot those caves.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
They smelt it down, and then they...
Keep in mind, how many kobolds are probably in there?
None after we've slaughtered them all.
Remember, you're moving on. They keep coming. So at this point, we have 8 asleep, 26 awake, which is at least a nice drop down. And it is Leech's turn.
Obviously, I'm going to use my wand now. I'm going to run in and...
I really thought you said my wand now.
My wand now. Yeah. I keep it where you don't want to know. So I'm going to run in, and I want to impale one's foot with the Guandao, and then bring its eye down on the back of the Guandao.
Oh, roll. The audience is either going to love or hate your attacks.
16.
Beautiful. You do that.
You do that horrible thing.
I feel like I can't embellish on it anymore. It's like, yes, you did that.
That's what happens. Okay. I can tone it down.
No.
This is great.
Not until we start getting complaints.
Use it as a creative writing assignment.
And then as I rip the Guandao out of its foot, I swing it upwards and try and cut one in twain.
All right, do it.
17.
All right, you do that.
You do that thing you said.
Now that you've told me what twain means, it's going to be happening all the time. Yes, exactly.
So Babushka goes, drops 2 of them,
Nice.
and Kaylee goes, drops 1.
You have to collect that gold that was dropped by the 10, by the way?
I mean,
or is it just assumed?
Yeah, it'll be assumed as long as you guys don't, flee.
The basis for the Red Hot Chili Pepper?
Cap, you're up. 21 awake.
21 awake? Alright, let's use that. I have a second level sleep.
There's a lot of them, so I'm going to say you're going to put 8 to sleep.
Okay.
You can't.
I bet I could put them all to sleep. Just give me the chance, man.
Lynn, there's a lot of sleep and 13 awake.
Alright, well, I'm going to pull my bow back out and just take aim at the closest one that's awake.
Okay.
That's going to be 11 to hit.
And I like these early
that
levels
is a
with the
hit.
fodder.
You drop him like a sack of potatoes.
Okay, that's my my move.
Alright, so this was the last wave. It is now my turn. The 12 awake goblins have grabbed gold. You have to get them before they go.
Goblins show up?
Kobolds.
Kobolds, they were goblins dressed as kobolds. I knew it.
That was the big four.
It's called Kobold Pass for a reason.
So, if you don't get them by my next turn, they've gotten away in the caves with the gold.
Not all of the gold, though, right?
No, not all of it.
Yeah.
But it's going to hurt your profits. So 12 of them running, or starting to run back, and it is next turn.
Throw my axe at one of them.
All right, roll to hit. Don't you have a spell?
No, use them all.
Oh, okay. You drop one of them as it cleaves through the back of the skull. Leech, 11 left.
Okay, well, obviously I'm going for the ones that are carrying the gold.
Makes sense.
So I want to run up and jam my Guandao between one's legs and just kind of impale it upward, coming out through the mouth.
God. Flag the Impaler.
Flag the Impaler, yeah.
I think I came up with your nickname too early.
13.
Yes, you got it.
Okay.
You said. Are you just sitting the whole round thinking of the next heart? Okay, that's fine.
It is. It's Blag the Impaler.
Oh, yeah, you're definitely Blag the Impaler for now.
And then with my second action, I just want to uppercut one and have him fall down onto the part of the Guandao that's sticking out of the other one's mouth through the throat. 10.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
Shishka Bowl?
I think at this point we've all given him a little extra room on the battlefield.
Definitely taking some steps back.
I'm going to reevaluate the team after this.
Yeah, I'm not even raging.
Babushka attack. Takes down one of the awake. Kaylee's going to use her last multi-attack. Ooh, she drops 4 of them.
Yes.
Finally pulling right.
So how many are left escaping with the gold?
There are 4 running with gold, and we have Kevin and Ben left.
Okay.
Alright. They're still in range. I have 1 more spell slot left. I could just put these fools to sleep.
Do it.
Let's do it.
No, you don't even have to.
That, 2, that, 4. Okay, yeah, they're gone.
The last 4 fall to sleep, and I'm assuming coup de grace.
Yeah. Get our gold back.
All right, you get the gold. I did not see this guy's coming. You got the full 10,000.
Nice.
So
yeah.
you have to donate.
Yep, we got the full 8,000 guys.
So you guys
And I
do
helped.
have a
It was
choice to make
110.
here. You can donate the 4,000 you owe. You can donate more to get a higher score, or I guess it's just to donate the 4 and keep the rest for yourselves, or donate more. And Kaylee and Babushka will claim their fair share of it.
What would be our individual cuts after we've paid the 4,000?
Just for funsies, I'm going to say Babushka and Kaylee just take their 1,000, and
Wouldn't we all get 1,000?
there was 10,000, so that leaves 8,000 between the 4 of you. So you each get 2,000.
2,000?
Sweet.
I think you, a leech there, I think Vlad the Impaler maybe needs 1,000 of that for some therapy for some issues. Just putting that one out there.
There are things I am dealing with. Do you really wish to pry?
Not me, someone else.
Don't even use the word pry. I don't even know how you're going to use that.
All right, well, I'm going to take 1,000 of mine and donate it to the poorer sections of town.
Beautiful. Babushka loves that.
And now they're rich, eh?
They need houses and food.
Guys,
We have to pay how much to complete this?
1,000 to complete. You don't have to. You can just choose to fail and keep 2,000 gold. That's...
I'll pass.
Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. This actually is a required one. If you choose not to, you're just automatically out of the competition.
Just pay 1,000.
Yeah, I'm paying 1,000.
Get 1,000.
Yep.
So
And
everybody's
sorry.
paying just 1,000.
Sorry, 1,110.
Whoa.
What would the additional gold be going to?
Just giving you a higher rank.
Oh, I see.
I'm keeping a secret score here to see who's the emperor at the end. And again, NPCs could win. It's not necessarily going to be you guys.
Cool. I'll donate 1,200
Okay.
total. Keep an 800.
Yeah, go big or go home. I'll go 15. I'll keep 5.
All right. Okay.
Price is right, eat your butt.
1,501. 1,501.
Between your
I'm actually
cave-ins and
kinda
everything
serious.
else.
Do you want to?
Yes, let's do that.
All right. Kevin donates 15,001.
15,002.
15,003.
It's too late. All right.
He already set up 1, 1,
No.
2, 6.
You have to be like the
fair.
people.
If you want to go, you can.
It's a bidding war.
You have to be like those guys on Price is Right because they look at the dude.
As our heroes discuss the finer points of the Price is Right etiquette, we are left to wonder, what does this competition hold next? Will one of them claim victory and become the next emperor? And will Blag get the much-needed therapy he so obviously requires? Well, I may know someone who's listening. Oh, Blaggy, I hear the blues are calling, toss salad and intelligence check.